Hi guys, so today I have a video for you sponsored by Tonic Studios for one of their Cyber Week launches. It is the new magnificent Mortice gift box die set. As you can see, there's a lot of dies here. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. You guys. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. So with this one, you're going to be able to make a box you saw in the intro. There's going to be a larger box. You can stack it up and as high as you like. You can put legs on it. You don't have to put legs on it. You also have an inner box or a box that stands alone on its own. Again, two different projects in my mind, but I'll do one of the projects here in this video, and I also have the step-by-step blog post for this particular set. So check that out because I'll do the other box that I don't do in this video in that manner, okay? I do have some printouts I will show you. When you get your showcases like this, or, you know, these special sets, they're going to come, you know, packaged really nicely. They're going to have some information. They're going to have instruction sheets and all that. This is my sample pack, so they're looking like this, but I want to show you some of the instructions that will come with it. This is what I have. Again, I don't know exactly what's going to be in your packaging. Of course, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be nice and big and different. But they'll quickly run you through, so you kind of have a refresher, you know, of how to make the larger box, or maybe that little inside box, and all these other fun things, you know, how to put that together. So, like I said, today I'm going to do one of the boxes, and then you can check out the step-by-step. So let's go through this, because there is a lot in here. So as you can see, I mean, this die, let me measure this largest die for you. Edge to edge, it is just over 7.5 inch square, and then from there, as you can see, they go smaller and smaller. So this outer die is actually going to be the box lid for the larger box here. So it'd be this top part, and then you have all these other dies. Again, you can use this for, you know, matting and layering on top of that box, however you want to decorate. I mean, this would be awesome for just making cards. I mean, how cool that'd be, like a 6-inch, you know, bigger than 6 and probably 6.5 inch square card with all these different layers that you can do. But what this outer die is actually for the I believe just for the box top, and we'll talk about that in a minute once we get there. Okay, sorry. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But these dies here are what's going to help you make boxes and things like that. But again, you have your decorations, you have inlays. I mean, look at that inlay with this die on the outside, or however you want to use it. You can make even frames out of this if you put these three together, because this third or fifth die in really has its own edge too. Again, this one is not an inlay. This one cuts its own edge with that cute little just like lace kind of edge. This is another decorative one, cuts its own edge, but as you can see, it cuts like that little decorative little squares on the sides. So cute. This one cuts its own edge. We have an inlay. We have another one that cuts the edge, but more towards the inside. Again, that little kind of doily pattern repeating here, so it cuts its own square. Another one with that cool pattern there. Another straight edge, an inlay, a straight edge, another straight edge. So, I mean, there's just so many ways to put this together and mix and match and have fun with that. I'll go through the pieces kind of quickly. Like, these are more like decorative pieces. They might be pieces that you need for actually creating the box. So, you know, we have these side pieces here for that the smaller box. This is if you're going to enclose your box. There's like a little feature that kind of opens up and down. Again, these are two different boxes, so I don't want to confuse you guys, but this is the smaller box, and this is like the outside larger one. So this one can have that cute decorative panel, or it can just be flat and open on top, however you want to use it. Decorative side panels, these are all to decorate the very corners of your boxes, or however you might need to use them. This is the actual side panel of the base box. So here you'll need 4 of those, and we are going to fold them over to make it nice and sturdy. So we would start off with that basically, and then attach those to the pieces that we have to cut later. Decorative edges, or pieces, should I say, circles. There's lots of circles involved in the creation of this, especially on the sides of the boxes, of the larger box. As you can see, these little kind of semicircles, or, you know, when you fold it in half, and then these other ones, so they help you make it more sturdy and all that kind of good stuff. Adds decoration. Decorative pieces toppers, and these are legs if you want to use legs on the box. You don't have to do that, but they do have these two different types of decorative legs if you would like. Again, inlay pieces, decorative pieces, all these panels. This is the actual side pieces that you're going to use on the box lid. Although the box lid does have side pieces, as you can see here, you're still going to use these on the outside, make it more sturdy and nicer there. So that's always nice. Nice and sturdy. I'm sure this is going to be by the time we're done. Box pieces, all kinds of decorative pieces. This looks like box piece also for the smaller box. And you know, this one has like a butterfly inlay. We need these pieces for the actual functioning of the box. And yeah, so, oh, and there's also a tag here that says a gift for you, which is really beautiful with that little tag cut out there. So I'm going to grab some papers and we will get started. And what I'm going to do is build up the box base, and then we'll decorate it afterwards, that we're not mixing up decorating and making the box. I want that part to be very clear, okay? So I will be right back. Okay guys, I grabbed some black paper. I'm going to make a black base of the box, but I just remembered, you know, I had received an image of what the case might look like, you know, the outer, and this is what we're going for. So this is what I'm going to show you today, the one layer, but you can keep stacking them and make a deeper box. You can make this little guy box. That's the two different boxes, and maybe I should have showed that at the beginning, sorry, but I just wanted to show it to you now. Lots of ways to play with this. I mean, just gorgeous. So, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is make the single layer with the black box. I'll talk a little bit about how you might want to build up if you want to do 2 or 3 or, you know, however many layers. Because you can definitely make it a deep box, you know, like this one they're showing kind of 2 layers. Or you can put it together so that it's the 2 layer stack, so it's even deeper instead of each one having a bottom, right? This has the bottom, this has the bottom. So different ways to play with that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, you know, I'll go in the steps that they're doing here, but really I want to cut all the base pieces just so we would have them. So this is about a different part of the little box, right? And that's just an image there. So this is basically what we're working on today. And then we're going to stack it up and do whatever fun things. So like I said, it starts off building up the very edges of the base of the box, and then you're going to add that to the flat base, and then you're going to make your lid. But basically we need this one. This is the lid. And for the lid we also need 4 of this one. And that's the basic thing. No decoration or anything right now. We're just putting it together. So on one of these pieces of paper, I'm going to cut that guy and 4 of these. So that'll be for our lid. So when I come back, those will be cut out and ready to go. And then for the very base, if you're going to put feet or not, I would say the feet or not thing would have to do with what do you plan on putting in it. If it's going to be something kind of heavy, I wouldn't put feet on it, but the feet are pretty sturdy. You know, Tonic, they do really nice work, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But I would say if you're going to put something heavy, I would just not put feet on it. But you know, whatever you like. So we need 4 of this, and then we need the base piece, but then we also need these pieces that help attach the frame that we make to the base. So 4 of this one. Again, I'm doing all black, so we need 4 of this. We need 4 of this piece. So once we put this together, it kind of folds over itself, so it's extra sturdy, that side piece, and then we need 4 of them. And then these guys are going to help you glue this to the base of the card, so we need 4 of those, or the box, should I say. And then this, again, like I said, it says the second largest square die is the base die. It's basically this one. They mean second largest compared to like the outside one, right? That one has its own shape though, so this is basically the largest square, okay? But we're going to use this guy. I am pretty sure, let me just make sure just in case, because like I said, we're doing this together. Okay, and so we need 1 of these. Now, you know, if you're going to look into the box and you want to put 2 of these because you want one at the very base of the box and you also want one when somebody looks inside that they don't see the tab pieces, that's up to you. I'm just going to do the one just like they're explaining here. So I just need 1 of this, 4 of this, and 4 of these. And those are the very basic things. We are going to need some circles that help us kind of put it together and look pretty, but we'll do that in just a minute. So I'm going to come back with these basic pieces and I'll be right back. So this is my 4th little piece of that. So I have my pieces here. Basically, that was about 2.5 pieces of standard A2 size paper to create the lid and the base and all that. And then some extra pieces that we'll use in just a minute, because like I said, we need some semicircles and some things to do with that. So let me just hold on to these guys. Put this to the side. Okay, just want to clean up a little bit here. So we have these 4 pieces that we're going to use in just a minute. We have these 4 that we're going to make basically the frame, that's the actual box sides. And then we have this base piece that I'm going to glue with the nice side down. And this is the rough cut side facing up. Or you can do it the other way, however you like. It's just the base of the box. I do want to mention about the legs. They do have 2 pieces that make it super sturdy because I don't know if you can see this one, the decorative piece on the outside, and then there's another one that nestles on the inside that makes like a little ledge. So it's very sturdy, and then the 2 layers, of course, of your, heavyweight. Hopefully you're using heavyweight paper to create your boxes. So on this one, what they want you to do is says begin by folding in half, then create a mountain fold with the score lines to make both long edges flush with each other. So you can see here there's a score line that folds it in half. And then you have this piece here. Now what's going to happen is this piece is going to poke out. So there's 3 lines. That middle line, of course, we're going to pop towards us. And you can actually do this when it's sitting down like this. Very easy. I'm glad they mentioned that in their instructions to fold it in half first, because I would have tried to do this part first. And this actually works better when it's already folded and sitting down here. Okay. So as you can see, now if you want this to be super pointy, what you can do is lay this flat, bone fold it, and then go from there. But I'm just using my hands like this and giving it a little bit. I'm kind of putting my nails in those creases, and they want you to glue it flat like that. And what's going to happen is these little pieces here are going to joint into the little channel you just made. Isn't that cool? Just super smart, the way they design everything. I do want to make another mention. Again, if you want to make it so that these little joints aren't going to be visible later, I would say to nestle them in here and then put them... Do you know what I'm saying? Let me show you what I mean. So what they want you to do is go ahead and do this. We're going to glue that together. And then after they're all together, we're going to create the frame. And then we're going to put these guys, glue it on the inside here, and then glue it against our base. So if you look in the box, you're going to see that joint. But if you wanted to, I would say, and this is just me, but you can glue this piece, this tab inside, just so it's already there, it's already tucked away, and then now when you join it here, all you're doing is gluing that one. It's just a design option you might want to think about. And then again, like I said, if you want to cut another base piece, you can put it on top, and then now it looks just completely finished off on the inside. I'm going to keep it easy, and as far as the pictures, that's what I'm going to do. Now, you can use red liner tape, whatever that you like. I'm going to glue with regular old Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, which is amazing stuff. So I'm going to put it right up to the channel. Not quite getting into that channel, but close enough. And I'm just going to put this here, again, flush. So I'm just going to make sure these edges are flush, and that's where I'm going to hold it. Okay, so I'm going to hold these pieces down until they're basically together, and I'll do the same thing for the other 3. Okay guys, so we have our 4 pieces. This one I just did, so it's probably a little bit, still wet, the glue there. And we're going to have these little guys turn in, and they kind of just make that L kind of. So what I want to do really quickly though is see how these are going to insert one into the other and then possibly put glue. I'm not sure. Oh wow, look at that. And then we're going to use those semicircles to attach these here just to finish off those corners. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put glue, but what I'm going to do is put just a little bit of glue in here. That way I'm not putting it on this outside and then pushing it in and then the glue gets all over the place. It's just kind of in that channel, and it'll just hold on as I push this in there. It'll just kind of scrape by it. You guys. I'm telling you, Tonic is just... my goodness. Okay. Now, they didn't say in the instructions to put glue. I'm just doing that. But I'm going to work kind of quickly in case I have to manipulate this at all in any way. So again, I'm putting glue there. These appear to be the same up or down, so I don't think it matters which direction you put them in here. Look at that. And a little glue in this one. And a little glue in this one. That way I don't have to do it later. I'll just put it on right now. I'm in frame. I'm totally engrossed in this project. I'm not even looking at the camera. Okay, there we go. And then this last one. I'm going to give that a moment to set up. But again, you probably don't have to put the glue in there like I said I did. Oh, let's go this way. There we go. Just make sure if you are using glue that it's pretty squared up because you don't want it to stick and then you can't adjust it anymore because we put glue in there. Or because I did. Oh my goodness. So this is what I was telling you. So you can make several pieces like this. You can make another one that just doesn't have anything at the bottom. And as you stack them up, you can just make a box that is, you know, like this deep and doesn't have another middle part. And the way I would do that is I would connect it to the next one like this. Just with these same pieces, I would put glue there, put glue on this tab, and then place the next rung. If you wanted to have a bottom, a base, then you're going to use just these little tab bits. Those little circles are going to help you nestle in, just like this. So sometimes there's just so many ways of using this. It's just mind-boggling. So again, you can just use those guys, and those guys are going to help that next layer hold on if you want to have a base at that one and a base on that one. Of course, those are going to be there for decoration also whenever you do build it up if you just want a deeper one. The depth of this is basically going to be the same, is almost 2 inches. So it's a really nice depth. So if you build up 2, it's 4 inches deep, you know, however you want to do that. Okay, so then we have our box base and these guys. So basically that's all we're going to do, just like that. But to attach our box base to this, we're going to use these guys. So I'm just going to score them all 4 and I'll be right back. And I just want to show you, as I folded these, I actually folded so that the nice side is facing this way. So that way when we glue it in, at least the side where the die cut into it is facing us. So I think that's nice. Okay. And basically we're just going to attach these. I'm probably going to attach them to the project first and then to that. So, you know. Like I said, they seem to be basically even top and bottom, so just pick whichever area you want to place it. And place that guy. Pretty much right at the base there. Making sure it's flush with the very bottom. And like I said earlier, you could have embedded it inside of these guys. Oh, and I did mention if it's up or down, if it matters, you know, what you probably want to do is... I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Oh well. I'm just going to move it. You know how we had to fold it over? So this has a nice folded edge. I would say put that face up, right? Because it looks prettier. So let's just do it again. Whoopsie. Maybe after I'm done doing this project, I'll make it a double decker and cover that up anyway. So again, just place it, making sure it's flush with the base of that. So I suppose when you are constructing, you want to pay attention to that so that all the folded edges are here, right? The scored edges and then the rough cut are at the bottom. And this, what's funny is that I end up putting it that way without even thinking about it. Okay. So again, I'm just going to add the next tab. I'm not trying to attach to the box base yet. I'm just putting these on here. Just making sure it's flush, flat. Okay, and I'll keep attaching the last 2 tabs. Glue, attach it, glue, attach it. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and now just gonna put glue on this and attach it to that very box base. So like as I said earlier, if you want to bury this tab inside of it, you can definitely do that. It might leave a little ridge though, so maybe, you know, do whatever you like. But this part, we're definitely going to make sure it's squared up right on our square, and I suppose you could even put it on this way first. I'm going to do it this way because I can't see on the camera what I'm doing. Like, I have it set up for you guys to see, but not so much for me to see, so I'm going to do it this way first just to make sure everything's pretty square, and then I'll turn it back over. And as you can see, the nice side I have it facing up, you know, me now, but if you want to put that nice side facing the other way, that's fine too. I think it needs to move over a little bit more that way. That looks pretty squared up. Okay, so yeah, so now I'm just gonna hold it, and that is the basic box, you guys. The lid is super easy. As you can see, this is the lid, so all we're gonna do is fold these pieces, And of course we're going to decorate. I mean, even this next part where you put little semicircles just to make it, to finish off your box, you know, to finish off these pieces. You can also start decorating right away. So this is your basic lid and it's just going to fit right on. But we're going to decorate with this, or start off decorating with that. Okay, I'm going to wait for this to set up. Make sure it's nice and square. Looking good. I'm going to let that set up for just a minute and I'll be right back. Oh, you know what? In the meantime, what I'm going to do, it just says you'll need several of these, so I'm just going to cut several of them. Basically, it's this die. So I'll run it through. You need 1, 2, 3, well, 8, right? For each one, 1, 2, 4 corners, you need 8. So for now, I'll run this through a couple times, and I'm just going to run through the black, but if you want to start decorating with colors already, you can definitely do that, but I'm just going to keep it simple, okay? So I'll be right back. So as I work with these, you know, I'm kind of giving you some information for, like, if you are going to stack it, if you're going to use the legs. For this part, we're going to just take these guys, you know, they're already scored for you. They have a little pretty embossing even, you know, from the die. You're just going to take these and put them on. If you're going to use the leg pieces at this point, you wouldn't need these. So what I'm saying is, like, down here, I'm not going to be using the legs, so I'm just going to take my little half circle and I'm going to attach it there. But if you're going to use the leg, as you can see, the leg has its own half circle already, right? It's here, so you don't need to put this little semicircle and then put another leg on top. You don't have to do that. And so yeah, so I'm just going to continue applying these. And again, if you wanted this already to be part of your decoration, like cut it in gold paper or some other complementary color, you know, go for it. But for now, we're just going to put the glue and then put our little half circles right here, just to finish that off and make it even more sturdy. I'll do that with each corner. Okay, I have my last little bit there. Now, as you can see, the scallop is kind of facing down, but if you wanted to put it with the scallop facing up, you can do that too. It'll just come down this way and it'll go across here. However you want to decorate it, you know, with this part. Everything is, of course, customizable, whatever you want to do. So yeah, the last thing here before we decorate, I mean, this is going to be a joy to decorate. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to create our box lid, which I already gave you, you know, showed you the scoring there. And then these guys we're just going to take, again, if you want to already make this a different color that coordinates, you know, to your project, go for it. But for now, we're just going to add these on here. Okay, so what I want to check is something. Yeah, I'm just going to put some glue on here. But like on this first one, I may not let it attach yet because I want to come around this one. So let me put some glue here too. And you'll see what I mean. Because once we come around with this, you want that tab to fit underneath. You know, this last tab when it comes around. So I'm just going to do it like that. Not hold that part down yet. Let me go ahead and glue that one down. Again, just making sure we're nice and square. Bring another one. Around, nice and square. Okay, I'm gonna let that set up before I go ahead and put more glue. Bring it around, and I'll come back to this last edge before I seal it up. Okay, is what I meant to say. I'm not sure what I said. This is the last bit coming around here, and again, I had put a little glue here, but I'll put a little more now. And this is our last edge. So I just pop that in there. Make sure we're straight over here. Holding on to that. Massage it. I always do everything in the air, but really you can put this down and just make sure that it's flush, you know, that straight edge there. And then this piece here is just going to connect. Alright, and I'll wait for this to set up a little bit and we'll put it on our box and start decorating. Okay guys, again, still a little wet. And here's our box. And there's our lid. That is so crazy. So pretty, ready to go. All right, so all we're gonna do is decorate it, and let's bring back our dies because there are lots of ways to decorate this. I'll just go back on here. Even these little pieces have things that you can decorate. That's kind of what I was saying. If you want to decorate already, you can use it, you know, a different color and pop them on there. We have all these dies on the top that we can decorate with, of course. And I mean, there's little circles. Again, this is probably for the other box because the other box has a circle kind of closure. But you can pop that on here if you would like, however you want to use it. These guys right here, I just want to mention because, again, there's so many ways to use this. If you were to use that, it's because you're going to pop them here. So you would use the half circle just like we did, and you're going to use this on top of that because it's going to give it a little bit of room for you to snuggle in the next layer if you want to do that. Okay, so definitely put that half circle and then put this one. That way you get a little room so that the next box will fit in. Because if it's exactly the same spot, again, two pieces of paper can't occupy the same area at the same time, right? So you want to give it that little bit of breathing room all around, and then these guys will help hold it as you stack them. I mean, there's just lots of all these different decorations for the very side pieces. So what I'm going to do is grab some papers. I think I'm going to grab some metallic, some really, you know, cool papers, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I think this is my color palette. I'm going to use the Baroque Rose and pink frosting, just pink it up and be really pretty. So one other thing I want to mention, because, you know, depending on your design option, since I'm just making this one layer and with the lid, I'm going to cut 4 more of these little side tab pieces to put here. So it'll be the same, like as if this was there. I don't think I'm going to decorate this area because it's going to make it so that the lid's not going to want to go on and off as easily. So basically we're pretending like this is the one section, okay? So hopefully what I'm going to show you is a picture. You understand what I'm saying? So that the lid becomes that second part after that cute little, where it points out like that. So hopefully you can kind of see like on this one, there's that ridge, it's decorated up and down, there's the ridge up and down because it's the second layer, the third layer, that top one, and then they put a ribbon here. But since I'm only doing the one layer, I'm going to decorate the lid as if it was the very top of, right above that ridge, right? Really cool. So I'm just going to do a mishmash of all kinds of things. So I'm going to cut, like I said, 4 more of this. Okay, so we'll have the little black edges here. And then I think what I'm going to do is 8 of these, because one for each area. So the drop-in, or the full die with the drop-in of just Baroque Rose. So I'm just going to have 8 of these of just the Baroque Rose cut just like this, of course taped down. And then for the top of it, I'm just going to cut tons of different things. Oh, you know what? We also have this drop-in too. So we have this drop-in. We also have this one that does that embossing. This one makes little pokies. This one has this kind of ribbed embossing, really pretty. So for this top part, again, I'm just going to do, you know, probably this larger one, not the largest one, but the second largest. Sorry, you know what? My camera's freaking out because of this. Let me move this to the side. That might help a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do this from some black paper. So the inlay plus the outer frame, the outer die, matte die. So it's going to come out black, but it has that little cutout. And then I'll cut one just out of like the pink frosting, you know, just like this. So that when I lay that one on top of this one, you're going to see the little glitter coming through the edges. Just like any other dies when you play with them, mix and match, you know. I think the next one down would be like this one, and maybe I'll do this one in the Baroque. And then maybe the next one will be, you know, another one like this with the black and the pink frosting, or however it is that I want to play with these guys. I'm just going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so for right now I have these pieces. Let me see if I can get this. Ooh, lovely. Just lovely. I'm going to get the rest of these pieces out, and I'll show you. Just basically, I'm going to layer these up. Now, I know sometimes people want to gut something like that pink glitter paper because we're basically going to cover up quite a bit of it. That's completely up to you if you'd like to do that. I think I'm going to leave it just so it doesn't end up having like a space that maybe might be visible. I don't think it will be, but you never know. So let me finish cleaning out this guy. I'll be right back. Okay. So these are my side pieces. Again, I'm just going to put glue and simply, you know, glue them here, right? And if this was just another layer, you would have this open and you would glue it in here, of course. But since I'm just playing with this as the lid, I'm just doing the one layer. Have that guy, I'm gonna glue that one there, glue him here. So all around, glue the one layer, glue the top one. And then on this very top part, I'm just gonna glue these guys together. And I'm just gonna glue those together. Just like always, you know, put some glue around the whole thing, around the edges, get that on there. And I think this is the only other topper I'm gonna do, possibly. Going for kind of like a, just look how beautiful that is. Guess I'm telling you, on a card front, oh my gosh, with some flowers and a little sentiment, gorgeous. Okay, I'll be right back. So pretty. I mean, yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do with the layering. So I'm just gonna glue this down. Again, you know, if you want to pop things up, make layers with dimensions on top, you can definitely do something like that. I'm just gonna get this guy on here. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll say you should make sure this is the lid, because they look so similar, but yeah, it's the lid, so I'm putting that on the lid. It's good. It's a good thing. And I'm gonna hold that down, and while I'm holding that down, I'll also hold this one down. On the top there. Sometimes when you're using a wet glue on this kind of paper, it might make the paper do something funny. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to wipe that away. See how it kind of made the paper expand a little bit? And then it'll make the chrome side look a little funky. So be careful with your glue. And another alarm. Okay guys, all right, so let that set up. So obviously we're going to pop this on top of here. I mean, just gorgeous. Beautiful box. Again, we measured the depth. You know what I didn't really measure is, I think it is, oh sorry, on the top here. She is like 6.5 inch square, I would say. Just about. Really nice. So to finish it off, I'm just going to do, of course you can make a little pull tab or like a little, I don't know what you want to call it, something to hold on to at the top with this guy. And you would cut probably 4 of them, because I don't know if you can see, you're supposed to fold it in half, so it's going to make like a, you know, 90-degree angle, I guess. So then you need it for 180 and then all the way 360 around. So I think you're going to need 4 of those. And you just fold them so that they fold in towards each other. And then at the very top, it'll make a square once you've glued them together, and you can top that off with any of the little square decorations here, and then just, you know, place it on top if you wanted. I'm just gonna do this little tag here, and then maybe add some flowers or something cute like for my stash. So what I'm gonna do is do the same thing as this background. So I'm gonna cut the pink glitter paper just like that, and I'm gonna cut some black paper with the inlay just like that. Of course, we're going to tape it down so it doesn't move, and I'll be right back. I did plug in my glue gun, so I'm going to use that to help me put down the flowers on our tag. And so pretty. I'm just blown away. So many ways to use this box, and, you know, heights, and do you want them layered up like different like box levels, or do you want it to be just a thicker, bigger box? You know, thinking about the little legs, they're going to be super sturdy, because by the time you load them up with all those pieces that go inside and the piece that goes on the outside, it's going to be nice and sturdy. Really cute. And definitely please check out the step-by-step I'll have there on Tonic's blog. I'll have the links for all that, of course, in the description box. I'm going to let that set up, and then I'll just bring this back. Usually what I do when I make something obviously handmade, I look for the area that looks, I mean, it all looks pretty great, but if there's something, you know, if you have a little area that you got some smuts on it or it's not quite right, you can cover that up. So I have like my little flowers that I just had in my stash here, and what I'm hoping is to put them like here, and then our little tag kind of tucked in there. You can put twine on your tag, some ribbon on your tag, whatever it is that you want to do. I'm just going to have mine kind of coming out from in here somewhere, I think. So I'm going to let that heat up, and then we'll glue down our flowers and things, and that is it. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. So what I'm going to do without moving these too much is just put some hot glue. Let that stick down there. Move this one in here. So what I do with hot glue, whenever there's those little strands, I kind of wait till it hardens, and that way when you pull the little strands, they'll just come away instead of making a big mess and keep pulling out and all that kind of stuff. And this guy, I kind of want him to be further up. So I'm going to put a big glob of glue behind this one to give me the dimension I'm looking for. I might even add a little rhinestones or pearls going off this way. I think that'll look really sweet. And this guy can be glued right in, but I think I'm just going to put a little hot glue on the back of that and just give it a little motion. Alright guys, there it is. I'll have the links in the description box. Thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video, for sending those items for review. There is just so much to do with these dies. And, you know, I kind of want you to see this and think like a card. If that was a card, dramatic card. Beautiful. And for now we have this gorgeous box. And your recipient has, you know, some beautiful chocolates in there. Ooh, a journal or something. That'd be so cute. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.